Formation of ions, worksheet, foundation. Question 1. Filling in these blanks. Ions are formed when atoms gain or lose electrons. So an atom is an ion without a charge, or an ion is simply an atom with a charge. Now, if an ion has a charge of +1, how many electrons were lost in the formation of this ion? Well, if it's positive, it must have lost electrons, and if it's positive by 1, then it must have just lost 1 electron. Question 2. Which statement about the atoms of metallic elements is correct? So here we got 4 statements. They're all very similar, but if you look closely, metal atoms usually lose electrons to become positive ions. And finally, 2.2, we've got to match these ions up to this description. So we'll start off with this one, A+. Now, with it being positive, it must be a metal, and because it's positive 1, that means it had 1 electron in its outer shell, therefore it's a metal from group 1. This other metal here is X2+. Now I'm saying it's a metal because it's got a positive ion, and because it's 2+, it must have lost 2 electrons, therefore it must have been in group 2. Now the non-metals, D-, here it's negative, therefore it's a non-metal. If it's minus, it means it gained 1 electron, so there was originally 7 in its outer shell, so it's a non-metal from group 7. And finally Z2-, if it's got 2 extra electrons to make it 2-, it must have originally had 6 electrons in its outer shell, so therefore it's a non-metal from group 6.